If you just now tuning in, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell. GMS fam, the green room. Let's talk about it. Yo, GMS fam, the green room. What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? Happy Monday. We back to the week. Hope y'all had a great weekend, man. I hope everybody's doing well and great spirits. You know, we start every show off with peace, love, positive energy, good vibes, passing it forward, hoping that you pass it along as well. And real shit, man. If you see somebody, you see a stranger, even if somebody you know, man, text somebody, call somebody, let them know that you hope they're having a good day, man. You never know what it could do for somebody's soul. Shout out to my GMS fam in the building. What up, Spank Lope? Zen Master in the building. Make sure y'all go subscribe to him, man. That's the homie, man. NBA old boy Zen Master. Truth the Chosen, Glow, Brim Dogs, and now Wilt Stumbling. What up, yo, man? Or no, wait. That's Producers Universe. Yeah, same shit. Anthony Pritchard in the building. High Def in the building. The Flag Runners in the building. Goddess Robbins in the building. Yo, man, what is this? What's going on, y'all? Hey, man, I should spark up, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna wait. You know, we wanna wait on the algorithms to slow down. You know, they be watching the brother. I need to make sure we good. But listen, man, we got to talk about this shit today because, as you know, last week, man, I did an episode talking about the allegations and the rumors surrounding Ryan Davis being, quote unquote, ran out of LA. I got to make the GMS change, man. I'm going to make them. And I'm going to put them up on the site for those that want them, man. I got you, Southern. What up, James Lil? What up, Infinite? And I want to talk about it because something about it just seemed off to me, which is why I even talked about it in the first place, man. It was just like, you know, the way that it happened. You know, I follow Ryan, and you know, when he first moved out there, you know, he talked about it. He even talked about it. I believe he talked about it when he went back on the 5150 show, I believe, or wherever he was at. He talked about, or actually might have been the Breakfast Club. But either way, nobody thought nothing of it, and all of a sudden this rumor came out that he got chased out of LA. So I really wanted to know what the hell happened. And you know, rumors spread around that it was, you know, another comedian by the name of Stevie J, who I believe is more Crip than comedian, pretty funny dude. He was actually on the show before, and they talked. They had a different conversation. The rumors came out that it was, you know, him and Stevie J or whatever, but, you know, Stevie J never said nothing about it, which, you know, real gangsters move in silence. If it did happen, I'm pretty sure Stevie wouldn't put himself out there and say he did, because I don't think he does that type of shit. But we were kind of, you know, people sitting around trying to see if it actually was true or if it actually happened. And Ryan Davis decided to go on his Instagram page and answer questions from fans. And of course, you know, in those bundle of questions, you know, people asked him some things. And a few of those questions here, I'm gonna pop them up right here. As you can see, people had some questions regarding Corey Holcomb. They said, why Corey be hating on you? And Ryan replied, you gotta ask him. All I ever did was be nice to the guy, LOL. Sometimes we become the punching bag for people who don't deal with what's really bothering them. It's best just to remove yourself. And somebody else asked him, why do niggas tolerate Corey? How do you deal with negative folks? He replied, I think that we all feel that he is a good dude at heart. I don't think that he realizes how much his lies and false narratives hurt people's lives. Negative people eventually lose everyone around them. Are you going to respond to Corey Holcomb? To which Ryan replied, not necessarily. I just want people to know that the rumors about me and Stevie J are false. We are cool and he's a good dude. It's a shame that his reputation is being questioned behind a senseless and obvious lie. So here are the first responses from Ryan himself talking about the allegations of him being ran out of LA, which he is saying is complete cappuccino, capparoonie, capital. Apparently it's a lie. And also, he gives his respects to Stevie J. He says him and Stevie J are cool, and he says he's a good dude. And that it's a shame that his reputation is being questioned behind a senseless and obvious lie. Now, we can speculate all day. But one of these things I want to point out before we move on to another part of this is him responding to people, or responding to the question, why do people tolerate this nigga? And I'm thinking, like, for one, you know, I don't know Corey personally, despite the back and forth on, you know, whether it be the, you know, YouTube or whether it be behind the scenes. I don't know that nigga. So I don't have any real personal feelings towards Corey in particular. And I know people got it confused when I was talking last week about the Ryan situation. They were like, what's the info you got on Corey? I wasn't talking about Corey. You got to pay attention. A lot of people didn't pay attention, but I know the ones that have common sense and know what I was talking about know exactly who I was talking about in that moment. But Corey in particular, I don't have a real problem with him. He's who he is. And I feel like the people that have been around him and that do know him can say the same thing. He is who he is. There's no changing him. There's no, you know, necessarily tolerating him. It's just you either fuck with him or you don't. And I think that in this particular situation, Ryan is just not going to deal with the bullshit when it comes to people talking about his life and things that he's going through when they don't have, when the situation has nothing to do with him. And, you know, like Ryan said, he's like, I think that we all feel that he is a good dude at heart. I think that, and I've said this before, him putting people on his platform is always going to be a good thing because it gives people looks and opportunities to build and, you know, try to, you know, build some type of audience around them. It's just that when you don't do it genuinely, and what I mean by that is people will put you on their platform, but they also will try to expect a certain thing out of you, expect you to only stay in one spot. AKA beneath them. Those are the people that only want you to be beneath them. And once you start to move your way up, and once you start to move your way past them in certain aspects, you start to see the animosity and the jealousy kind of build up in them. And Ryan has mentioned that before. You know what I'm saying? Some people end up becoming jealous of who you are. And you can't help that. It doesn't matter what stage you are in life or where you are in your career. That shit really happens. People that will most likely come up under you may surpass you, but it's who you are as a person and being comfortable with who you are in your career and what you've accomplished that will determine how you treat others. And it's crazy because I was watching Nick Cannon on Joe Budden earlier, and Nick Cannon was talking about him starting early on before Wild 'N Out started, and there were certain comedians that people didn't know about at the time, you know what I'm saying, who were just trying to make a name for themselves, and Nick being the one that was on and being the most famous out of everybody there. And the people that was there, and he named them off: Cat Williams, Kevin Hart, D. Ray Davis. You know what I'm saying? It was a conglomerate of people who he was around who didn't necessarily have a name at the time, who were like, yo, Nick, you on right now. We got to do something. We gotta all get on. Do y'all think Nick Cannon saw those people surpass him and felt some type of way like, nah, I ain't working with y'all? Or I'm gonna shit on y'all, or I'm gonna talk about y'all personal dealings behind the camera to try to shit on y'all to make y'all less than, or feel like you less than me because I need to stroke my own ego? Nah, he was proud to see these people excel. And he was proud to have an outlet to put these people on so that they could be able to flourish, which he continued to do for years. Wild 'N Out has produced some of the greatest talents that we see today, man. One of the best being the 85 South Boys, like them coming up and them being a part of that and really boosting their name through the Wild 'N Out stamp. You got to give Nick Cannon credit. You know, they were talking about Nick, you know, how you know, the culture kind of stamped him as being lame or trying to be or corny or whatever. But I'm telling you right now, man, I will be a Nick Cannon corny before I sit up here and try to be some you motherfuckers that are miserable and depressed about your lives want me to be. You ain't gonna talk me out of my position. And it seems like we do that to each other a lot as a culture. We see one of us progressing and we start to try to down talk one another because we want to try to shake them out their spot. When we should be encouraging each other and building with each other and making money with each other and continuing to throw each other's names up to the fucking sky because we are the ones that push this shit. So much talent, so much creativity, so much room for opportunity. And you're right, Nick was not afraid to be himself. I think look, man, I can't stress it enough. Because people try to put up a mask and people try to please other people because they're so afraid of everybody else's opinion. Man, you only get one life to live and it's your life, not theirs. Don't be afraid to be who you want to be, man. Niggas call you corny, so what? Go to the bank with all that corny money you got. Take care of your family with all that corniness, with all that lameness, with all that you can't rap. Take all that shit to the bank and do what you was set here to do. And that's not please these motherfuckers, but be the best that you can be and take care of the people that you care about and you love. And I hate the fact that a lot of us really do pay too much attention to the negativity. You have somebody that have millions of followers and millions of people or thousands of people that support them, but they only pay attention to the few 100 people that have something negative to say. And it gave them such a power to the point where now that's all people care about is the haters. When you don't have to, if you don't give them a voice at all, it holds no weight. And I see what Ryan's trying to do. This is the point. This is the full circle point I'm trying to make, because a lot of people want him to respond. A lot of people want him to go in. A lot of people want him to talk shit. And I'm telling you right now, the same thing happened with me. People talking about I don't want to talk, or you scared to do this, or you scared to do that. No, I don't live to please other people. I want to stay focused. I want to continue to achieve things in life. Going down low in the gutters with people is not where I want to be. And what I mean by that is the mentality of certain miserable people who really have never sat back and tried to face reality with who they are as a person. Ryan is one of those guys who, regardless if you think he's funny or not, his outlook on society and just on humans as a whole, I respect. And not that it's that I agree with everything he says, but I see that he says it from a common sense standpoint. Like, a lot of this shit is obvious, but I think we've lost ourselves because of the way the internet works. We get so bombarded by a bunch of bullshit and by a lot of traumatic shit that it's hard for us to find some type of peace of mind. You got to think about it. How many of y'all right now in the chat got something happening in your personal life right now that you got to deal with? But as soon as you go on the internet and see some shit happen, it just make it worse. Some of us, and I was just thinking about this the other day, man. How come none of these social media platforms have ever started anything where they've been like, all right, we disable for a day and give people an entire day away from the internet, away from Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all of it, YouTube? Every single one of these social platforms just shuts down for one day. Even if we got that much time to get back to reality once every other week or every month, that'll do so much positive things for our mind and for our mental health, man. We have to take in so much bullshit every day from the internet. It's hard for our minds to be stable enough to even think about our own shit we have going on in our own personal lives. Shout out to Jeff TV, said, know why the king's shoes don't get dirty? Because the king don't walk in the mud. That's a goddamn fact. He said, know why there we go. Know why the king's shoes don't get money? Because the king don't walk in the mud. I like that. He said, Black Hippie Ricky said, I'm going through shit and I'm mad you just made me think about it. Nah, it's real shit. We got to think about it, man. Or else we going to put it on the back burner. And I think a lot of people hide from their personal shit and try to take other people's personal shit to hide from their shit, which is why you hear somebody try to expose somebody for getting ran out of LA when it had nothing to do with them. Absolutely nothing to do with them. So it's like, you can tell, like, people make it really obvious by how they act, how they talk, how they deal with certain situations that they're hurting inside. And somebody who is hurting inside, that is trying to escape from facing that reality, is going to try to hurt others. You ever heard the saying, hurt people hurt people? I think we've been seeing that over the past couple years aggressively, which is why you see certain relationships disperse when they really shouldn't have. Hurt people are hurting people right now. And every person that is going to encounter a hurt person is going to get hurt, no matter how long it takes. So you can sit up there and you can wait it out and you can be like, it's not going to happen to me. Everybody feels like it's never going to happen to them. Don't ever be the person that feels like nothing can ever happen to you, because this is reality. Everything can fucking happen to you. Anything, everything. People that think they're untouchable. People that think they are way too tough or way too hard or got way too much connections to ever have anything happen to them. Everything can happen to you. Everything. Everything and anything. And this is why people don't understand why I lead with peace. No matter what I speak on, I will always lead and I will always end it with peace. Because I'm not in the business of hurting somebody that looks like me. That's not what I do. We can have arguments. We can go back and forth. We can talk shit. But I'm not in the business of hurting people that look like me. That's not what I don't like that. And I got to give respect to those who found that to be more productive in their life than to do the opposite. I was having a conversation with a homie of mine, and it was a story he was telling me, and I'm gonna have him come over. I'm gonna have him come in here and talk about it one day. It was a story about him getting set up, living in a different place, and him being at his grandmother's house at the time, and somebody that set him up tried to run in the house and shoot him up. He got shot a few times. You know what I'm saying? He had to, get the hell out of Dodge. And, some years later moved out here and ended up out of just the blue, just in divine timing for some reason, as he's driving somewhere, went somewhere, ended up seeing the person that shot him. This man had every single opportunity in the world to get his get back. This person ran in his grandmother's crib, shot it up, shot him, almost shot his grandmother. Do you understand that he has every right to get his revenge? But instead, he decided that day to not move a revolving door. And as hard as that is for a lot of people, especially people in that life, I know it's hard and it's easier said than done. But when you have that type of strength, you become a different person. And in that moment, instead of making him feel weak for not taking that chance, I took the opportunity to make him feel strong in that moment and say, look, it takes a strong individual. It takes somebody with real power, not just in mind, body, and soul, but all the above to make the decisions not to do that. And I had to commend him for that, because a lot of us don't have that strength, including myself. And it's conversations like that that will actually change somebody's mindset on how they move in the future. I like to see progress in people. And when I see people who I believe are lost causes, nowadays, it's time to leave those people behind. You got to understand, man, the way, you're right, Jeff, watch how people treat their friends. You got to understand, when people show you who they are, believe them. Who said that? Who was it? Maya? When someone shows you who you are, believe them. Was that who said that? I believe that was Maya Angelou, or was it Cicely? It was Maya Angelou, right? Somebody please help me. Sorry if I fucked that one up. But it's the truth. And I got to commend Ryan as well, because he could, and everybody knows that his expertise is breaking shit down. He could go and break down any situation, but it will be another thing to break down an individual who you know. And that was set off a ping pong response of pure fuckery that nobody needs in this culture. So I wouldn't be me if I didn't lead by example and lead by the things that I say when I start this show off every single fucking week. And that is with positivity, good vibes, all that shit, and hoping that people can find some type of middle ground. So with that said, at some point, I will hope that these men or that man could find a way to live without so much hate and bitterness and hurt in their heart. Something happened to this individual that made them this way. And of course, when somebody does something over and over again, you blame them. But I also blame the environment and the people that this person has come across to make him that way. It's sad to see. And that's a good segue, because somebody else that came up in an environment that reflects who they are today is Monique. Monique felt like it was a good idea to go on her IG Live to speak more about the DL situation and bring up what happened with DL and his daughter. Now, just to skim through it, so I won't have to play that video, DL went on Sway in the Morning some years back. Time to light up. If you got it, spark some. He went on Sway in the Morning and he talked about what happened with his daughter when she was younger. He had a friend of his who his daughter was sexually abused by. And DL made the ignorant, dumb decision not to believe his daughter because he liked who that person was. And he was blinded and neglected how she felt and what she went through because he liked the person. Now, is that fucked up? Yes. Do I also commend DL for seeing where he was wrong and growing from that situation? Yes. Because a lot of children, especially little girls, have been through bullshit as young kids and have been turned away by their own mother or their dad or whoever it may be in their family, and didn't believe that they were being assaulted, and having to live with that trauma of having somebody not believe that something actually happened to you. A lot of people won't face the fact that they were wrong in that situation by neglecting their child. He said what he said for a reason, because he doesn't see himself as perfect or holier than thou. He's made mistakes, big mistakes. And it takes, I believe, a real honest person to speak on those personal things to try to help others, you know, in those type of situations. And Monique decided to take that situation and weaponize it against DL because she didn't get to headline. Monique is a virus, and I'm gonna say this out loud so that people can really understand what the fuck I'm saying. Please understand that because Monique didn't headline, she went on stage and attacked a man's livelihood, his sexuality, his wife, and then went on to go to her social media to attack his child and the things that his child went through. and then try to mask it behind the fact that she just wants to keep it real or try to help the babies or try to help with the trauma that's going on. No, you, Monique, are an evil person. And you took what happened to an innocent girl and used it because you didn't get to headline. Rewind just a few seconds. She berated a man's sexuality, his wife, his career, his livelihood, and his daughter because she did not get to headline. That is an evil, manipulative, whatever you fucking, however you say it, I'm high, biatch. And her quote unquote daddy. Now look, let me just say this too, man. Some people may have it confused, all right? I get there are freaks out there. I get there are nasty motherfuckers. I get y'all do what y'all want to do in the bedroom. Y'all have your little words. Y'all say, ooh, what up, daddy? I know y'all say that shit. Cool. But there's a difference in how Monique says it. Monique says it with daddy issues. Monique says it as if she wishes her husband was her actual daddy. She may actually think of her actual daddy when she's having relations with her husband, the way that she now doesn't even address him as his name. I don't even think she remembers her husband's first name. That's what I mean by that. Go ahead, lady. Call your man daddy if you want to. Get freaky. Do what you want to do. But it just sounds different. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but it sounds different. I can't co-sign that type of shit. Monique needs a better strategy at getting people to like her. Because through all these years of the controversy and everything that she's been through, the only people she's been beefing with is black people. One thing I hate is a person that will constantly talk about what they do for black people and how they speak for black people, but constantly will only beef with black people. And while you're sitting up there talking about what DL and his daughter went through, ask your daddy about his son. I heard he don't even acknowledge the little nigga. Or is he grown? I don't know. Does he know? Goofy ass fedora on his head. Look at this guy. Listen to this, man.
Well, Daddy, because we didn't say anything about us going to do a live, we're going to wait for some of the babies to come on in the room.
Wait for some of the babies to come in the room.
Come on now. Come on now. Pretty much saying, if that black man couldn't put any paternity, this is us sitting in the family room. Look at it like you in the basement at the auntie and uncle house. Did you tell him, Dad? Thank you, baby. So, let's have this conversation, please. Earlier today,
Cause he raised. Oh
we did
God.
a post.
Oh God.
And we did a
Tasha S said, Mo said yesterday she called Sydney daddy because he raised her. Who the fuck?
post with DL Hughley having a conversation about how his daughter was violated from a really good friend of his. And at the time, he didn't say anything because he didn't want to jeopardize that relationship with a really good friend. and he didn't believe his daughter. We posted that. And then we left the caption under that, pretty much saying, if that black man couldn't put any protection around his own daughter, we know we have nothing coming. Now, once we posted that,
tell us you a crazy bitch without telling us you a crazy bitch. Please, will somebody tell me how DL's situation with his daughter equated to Monique not headlining a show that both of them were under contract to headline? Please, somebody explain to me, because I want to know how this conjured into her brain, how that made sense to her. So because you both had shitty promoters who put you as a headliner on the show, and because you didn't get the headline, that means that DL is a bad father?
the reason why I said, Daddy, can we go do a live?
What?
Because I was reading the comments on the timeline. And most of them are from black women. And they're saying, some, Monique, what does this have to do with your contract? What does this have to do? You're going too far. What does this have to do with your contract? Let me tell you what it has to do with my contract.
I want to hear it.
Not
Let's
a
hear it.
damn thing.
What?
Not a damn thing. It has nothing at all to do with my contract. What it has to do.
Wait, no. All right. I don't know if y'all know about crazy bitch tactics, right? But crazy bitch tactics, like, they'll do something, right? This is what happens. They'll do some shit impulsive in the moment, right? To try to shit on the person that they don't like at the moment. And then after they do it, they sit back and realize, damn, I kind of just did some shit that didn't have nothing to do with it. I just kind of did it out of spite and out of malice. But I have to have an excuse for it somehow. So here's how I'll take accountability for doing this for no reason, by finding an excuse. Listen to this.
With is the character of the man named D.L. Hughley. That's what this has to do with. And let me acknowledge, D.L. Hughley did apologize. He said he apologized. And y'all are saying, Monique, he owned his mistake. Let me say this to you. Though he owned it, it does not erase the trauma. And when we talk about the character of the individual, for years, D.L. Hughley has given his commentary and his opinion on other people's lives, not just mine, for years. And he would give the ins and outs.
Hold on.
We sorry, baby, because, okay, they just must have thought we meant just for a second. But hold on, he get ready to shut it down.
Yeah, that's divine. That's divine intervention. That's what that is, Monique. You over there talking that bullshit, and divine intervention came in with a goddamn lawnmower and said, shut the fuck up. That's what the fuck happened. How is what DL's daughter going through, or what she went through, any of your business, for one? And how is the trauma not going away any of your business as well? That is for DL and his child to work out. They're supposed to go through that, not you. You don't know if she's forgiven her father and everything is better now. You don't know that. You talking about the man's character, but the clip you posted on your social media was showing you exactly who his character was. How the fuck you gonna talk about his character when he was explaining to you that he was wrong for doing what he did? He's telling you what he did was wrong and it was a mistake, and he's trying to help other people learn from their mistakes, or try to learn if they're in the same type of situation that he was in. You posted a clip of him showing himself being a better man while talking about his character. Good job. Oh, you showed him, Monique. You really proved your point, Monique. Think about that. If I want to show y'all the clip, but I don't want to get this shit blocked or anything like that because it was on Sway in the Morning. But you can find the clip. It's on YouTube. It's on her page. He speaks about what he did wrong and how he learned from that and how he's doing better from that and how he was wrong. He was wrong. You act like he went on there and said, yeah, I didn't believe my daughter. So what, man? She was lying. That's a crazy bitch tactic. Listen, I want to give you just a little bit more, man. I don't want to waste too much time, Monique, man. Because I got to send some condolences out in a minute.
We're just getting to taking care of my babies. Please forgive us for a second. And again, like I said, tag as many as you can because this is a conversation. Too afraid to have the real conversations, and y'all keep saying, let's do it privately because we're too afraid to look embarrassed in front of who? In front of who?
In front of your daddy.
And we watching us. So for the ones that say, oh, Monique, you could handle this differently, this my swing at the bat. This my swing.
Yeah, you keep missing. That's what's fucked up. That's what's fucked up. You keep batting. You keep going up to fucking bat, and you keep swinging and missing. In other words, you continue to get opportunities, but continue to fuck them up for yourselves, trying to create a situation that didn't happen to you. So what if DL said he wasn't gonna go up if you headlined? It was a part of his contract, just like you saw in your contract. You should understand that being in this game as long as you have. That's another thing. She'll mention how long she's been in the game, but act like she don't know how it go. Or like she ain't never ran into no janky ass promoters. Or that she's never not headlined a show. Oh my God.
This is our swing at that bat. So we're gonna take our swing. Thank you, baby.
No worries.
So let me get back to
that
what I
fucking
was
fedora
saying.
is fucking crazy.
When you start addressing the character of the man, when you really look into what is happening, when a man says, I was not strong enough to defend my daughter against a really, really good friend of mine because I didn't want to jeopardize the friendship. Though he apologized, you have to ask yourself, what kind of demons is that man dealing with that he couldn't stand up to the predator of his child? Of his child. But that same man goes on his radio show and talks about people as if he was sitting in the meetings, as if he was making their life decisions, as if his opinion mattered in their choices.
Just like you're doing when it comes to the exact situation you're speaking on when it comes to DL and his daughter. You acting like your opinion matters about what happened in their personal life that you weren't there for. You weren't sitting in that house when him and his daughter had to sit down and come to the terms or come to the realization that her father fucked up. You weren't there, Monique. Neither was your daddy. Now, I'm going to give her a couple more minutes, man, but I'm going to shut this shit off because the one thing that irks me the most is listening to a crazy motherfucker.
So when I say, listen, y'all, it was important for me to make that post because there are so many little girls out there with daddies like DL.
Boo.
And let me try to adjust this because
let me just try to adjust this because my fedora is looking too
let's do
skinny.
it.
I need to take this fedora off.
better
My
for them.
fedora looking mad crazy
So,
right now.
Let me address it. When y'all are asking me, is it okay to re-traumatize his daughter? Listen, y'all, let's stop playing this game. There's nothing I could say or do to re-traumatize that baby because the trauma has already set in. However, if we speak it out loudly and we say it to our community, maybe the next baby won't have to deal with the goddamn trauma.
Great acting, Monique. Did people forget she's an actor? I think that's what we forget about a lot of these people. because they like to put up a performance. Like, let me go back a little bit and let you in on something. When she addresses the people that talk about her doing this behind the scenes, she's addressing it for a reason, because there's a point behind that. It makes sense to address this behind the scenes instead of doing this in front of the camera, because clearly it's performative. You have to go in front of the camera because you want people to believe your side. You need validation. And it's a great question to ask you about re-traumatizing somebody, and then for you to say you aren't doing that. How the fuck do you know, Monique? That is a crazy bitch mentality, and I do not feel bad for that shit. I don't. How the fuck do you know you didn't re-traumatize that girl after posting that clip and saying what you said about her father? They're trying to get past some shit, some traumatic shit that happened in her life as a family. And here you are mad that you didn't get the headline. So you posting some shit that happened to her and re-traumatizing her because you want to try to demonize her father because you didn't get the headline. Monique, you are a performative, insane kook. This is great acting. I see why you won the award for Precious. You, oh my God, phenomenal. Mwah. But don't try to use other little girls' traumas to try to justify your rants on DL Hughley. And if there's anybody still questioning my phrase, crazy bitch tactics, please refer back to the video earlier when she said that it had absolutely nothing to do with the contracts. Her bringing up what happened with DL's daughter had nothing to do with the contract. She said it had everything to do with his character. What did his character have to do with you not headlining? Because last time we checked, both contracts had y'all headlining on it. So this has to do with the contracts. So for you to say that it has nothing to do with the contracts makes you look like a crazy bitch. And good luck finding another headlining spot, Monique. Because chance after chance, people try to give you, and it seems like you blow up on the wrong shit every single time. And you're going to think that you're blackballed because people are siding with DL, when in reality, people probably just don't want to be the next victim of your slander on stage or on social media because you didn't have something go your way. Monique, grow the fuck up. Quit calling your husband daddy. The fuck out of here. Jesus Christ. That lady irks me. We got to get back to the peace, man, and the love and the positivity. I had to get the bullshit out the way. I want to send condolences, man. Condolences, first and foremost, man. Metro Boomin, man, if y'all know who that is. Very talented producer. One of the top 10 producers in the game in hip-hop. His mother was murdered over the weekend by her boyfriend, who then turned the weapon on himself and killed himself. It was murder-suicide, and it was very, very, very sad to hear, man. And I hate that he's gonna have to go through that, and that's us talking about trauma. You know what I'm saying? That's something that's gonna be extremely traumatic for him. And I send nothing but prayers and my condolences to Metro and his family, and his friends and everybody who was impacted by that. And also rest in peace to Trouble, rapper who was killed in Atlanta. If you guys know who Trouble is, it sounds like what happened to him was out of an act of a jealous rage, man. Something like straight out of a fucking movie. Apparently he was over at a female friend's house, and a dude showed up to the house broke into the house and ended up shooting Trouble in the chest one time, to which he was pronounced dead on the scene. And it seemed as though the woman and the dude who came in and shot Trouble had a domestic beforehand. And you could pretty much put 2 and 2 together. Dude comes to the house, breaks the door down, shoots the guy that's there, but not the girl. We pretty much see what happened there. Atlanta is a fucking war zone right now. I don't know what's in the water out in Atlanta, but there's a lot of bullshit happening out there, and all I can do is send my prayers and well wishes and positive energy and good vibes their way to everybody right now who's dealing with some shit, man. It's a crazy fucking world out here, and we cannot succumb to the bullshit, man. And when we succumb to the bullshit, sooner or later, we will be the bullshit, which is why certain people end up throwing ashes in the goddamn river. Did y'all hear about that shit? Some girl who apparently got cheated on threw her man's her man's mom's ashes into the river after finding out he cheated. Ladies, y'all do some incredibly insane shit when you get found out you got cheated on. It is so much more worth it to just walk the fuck away from somebody than to trick yourself out of life, because now she done caught a charge that I didn't even know existed for dumping ashes, but she's finna sit her ass down for a minute. And let me clarify that, Black Hippie Ricky. He said I'm seeing things saying it was a prank. The video that went viral was a prank, but it actually happened in real life. So there's an actual case of this happening, and then somebody went and made a video out of it. So this really happened. And this I seen the girl's mugshot. She was crying in the mugshot, all type of shit. It's just a damn shame. Quit it. Stop that shit. It is weak. Jeff TV said, damn shame. Footnote, just from a numbers standpoint, I don't see why a black man would ever get into it over a woman. Hey, man. Some of these niggas out here are weak, too. Niggas weak, bitches weak. It's all around. But we GMS, we stand strong, baby. We got strong minds and we got strong wills, and we stand on ours, man. And I believe, and always will believe, in peace, love, positive energy, good vibes, and passing that shit along to y'all. GMS fam, the green room. You know what time it is. Put a GMS in the chat right now. I'm about to shout everybody out. Also, do me a big favor, man. If you are watching this right now, hit the like button on your way out. Follow me on my socials. I follow everybody back. Hit the Cash App if you are feeling generous. Also, this is going to help. It's going to be a big help. A big help from y'all, man. If you really support the GMS show and you had a good time today and you enjoyed the show, leave a comment under this video. When the live is over, that means when the live is over, refresh this shit or go out the fucking window and pop the window back up and leave a goddamn comment, all right? It's shirt day. Somebody's gonna win a shirt, and I'm gonna send that bitch out tomorrow priority, and you're gonna get it within the next 2 days. So the first person to leave a comment under this video when the live is over has a chance to win the Push and Peace shirt. It is right here. Shout out Brim Dog, Glittery Bubbles, Zen Master, Black Hippie Ricky, Toke Champs Podcast, Lady Aries, KP, Yo Man, what is this? King Lukey, Black Man America, C Mo, Aboriginal T. We pushing peace. Dip Levine, KP, Vel from Vallejo, CD. Somebody's gonna get a free shirt today. You gotta rock this motherfucker. And please believe me, they do get sent out. Ask about me. Shout out Brim Dog, my man Amir, they got their shirts. I keep my word, man. I do good business. That's one thing y'all gotta know about me as well. If I say I'ma do it, I'ma do it. I stand on mine. Wonder Man in the building. Rob Justice in the building. Hey, if you want to win a GMS shirt, leave a comment under this video when the live is over. I'm about to get the fuck up out of here and enjoy the rest of my Monday. GMS fam, the green room. We out.